Hey guys, Mac Dabber here. What I've done is I've created a new series, two-part series that's going to go over all the armor, all the attachments, and all the guns in Ring of Elysium. In today's episode, we're going to specifically go over armor, pistols, and shotguns. All right, let's get started. All right, our first slide here is showing all of the armor that you can get in the game: backpack, helmet, and the vests. Each item in Ring of Elysium, and then also most video games, battle royale games specifically, have a weight value, and that weight value just kind of limits like what you can carry. Because if you had unlimited carrying capacity, you could just put the whole, you could put every gun and attachment that you find in your pockets, and that's not realistic. So they try and put a limit on that. With backpacks, you can increase that default limit, which is good, because you can't hold a whole lot in your pockets. You can basically off the start of the game, you can equip your guns, you can equip some ammo, and that's about it. Maybe some bandages if you get lucky, but you're not going to hold a whole lot else. All right, so the other stat that you want to look at is on like the helmets and the vests. I have written down in red. I manually wrote that. We have 200, 220, and 250. Those are the protection values of the equipment. And to find those values, you would equip your level one helmet, and then to the left of that slot is a shield symbol that shows a number in the shield, and I basically just wrote that number on the screen. Um, with the medium helmet, you can kind of see in the background it says 220. The bulletproof vest, you can see right underneath the level 3 vest is 250. So I basically just wrote those in red to make it easier to see. All right, so going over level ones, your book bag is going to increase your carrying capacity by 150. Your helmet is going to be a bright color blue, and it's not going to get too much of your sides. There's no face protection, but the protection value is 200. So it's a whole lot better, obviously, than just going without a helmet. You'll get one tapped if you don't have a helmet on with most ARs and definitely all the snipers. And then your level 1 bulletproof vest, its weight is 100, and it also increases your carrying capacity by 50 and provides a light protection of a value of 200. So if you have your level 1 book bag and your level 1 bulletproof vest, you've increased your carrying capacity by 200, which is great. It's basically simulating, the vest part is simulating, pockets on the vest is all that means, is why they have an increased carrying capacity as well. All right, level 2s. You'll notice everything gets heavier as you gain up a level. That's to be expected. The weight of the level 2 book bag is 100. Increases your carrying capacity by 200. The helmet is camouflaged, which is great. It's a lot better than the bright blue. Its weight is 80, and its protection value is 220. I know that doesn't seem like a whole lot in comparison to the level 1 helmet. It's only a 20-point increase. But that 20-point increase is better. Is it going to be a lifesaver? It really depends on what weapon they're shooting you with. Snipers, not so much of a lifesaver. ARs, kind of a lifesaver, but most pistols, submachine guns, and shotguns, you're going to be able to get that extra return fire in instead of being dead on the ground. And the level 2 vest increases a carry capacity by 50 and provides medium protection, and the weight is 150 with a 220 value, the same as the level 2 helmet value. They chose not to increase the carrying capacity for each level of vest. I kind of feel like they should have increased it a little bit, maybe not double it, but increase it a little bit, because your bulletproof vest level 2 is better. It should have more pockets in theory than a level one, but they chose to keep it all equal. And our final column here is your backpack level threes and your level three helmet and your level three vest. Weight is 150 on the book bag, increased carrying capacity by 250. The color is a green camouflage. It basically looks like a square army bag, and it's freaking great. You can hold a lot of meds. You can hold a lot of ammo, at least 400 rounds of ammo, plus anywhere from 6 to 12 types of meds. First aids and med kits. Is it necessary to win the game to find a level 3 book bag? No, but it's gonna not only add that camouflage value in there, which is actually really helpful, but the more meds you carry, the higher chance of you're going to be able to recover in a gunfight. If you only have one med on you because you're not carrying a book bag, or maybe you're carrying a level one, you chose to hold more ammo than meds, you're going to be disadvantaged in a gunfight. You're not going to be able to heal up when it's in crucial moments. Next is your level 3 helmet. Provides full face value protection, and its weight is 80, the same as the level 2, and its protection value is 250, so the best protection value. It does cover the front of your face, so as an example, with the level 1 and the level 2, if you were to get shot in the nose, it's going to act like you didn't get hit with the helmet. So there's not going to be any armor there. It's going to be bare skin hit, and all the damage values are going to be calculated as such. And then last, the bulletproof vest level 3, increase your capacity by 50, provides heavy protection at a 250 value, and weighs 200. Obviously, getting level 3 gear is going to be ideal. It's going to provide the best carrying capacity and the best protection for your game. So it's also the rarest. It's also the rarest location. We're going to have a video eventually on spawn locations. I'm going to try and figure out some patterns in the game. Right now, I think it's fairly random, but I also think it's fairly designated for certain towns at least. Level 2 is going to be in my opinion, your minimum. Getting your book bag, your helmet, and your vest level 2 is going to provide you an ideal win scenario for your 1v1 at the end of the game, or your team v team if you're playing duos or squads. If you have level 1s at the end of the game, you didn't do a good enough job looting. So if you still have level 1s in the late stage of the game, which is 15 players left and up, in my opinion, you need to work on your looting. You need to at least have level 2s, and preferably at least one level 3. Every time I play the game, I definitely have my level 2s by late game, but sometimes I have a level 3 vest and just a level 2 helmet. Like I said, the level 3s are rare, so it's not expected you to have a full level 3 kit. And in fact, I usually pick up that level 3 item off of someone that I've killed. So part of the looting game is getting kills in the mid game and collecting things that you didn't get a chance to collect in your early game from hopefully the enemies that you managed to kill. All right, so our next slide is going to go over pistols. Our options in the game are going to be the Desert Eagle, the USP 45, and the Glock 17. These are all screenshots from if you were to hold your mouse cursor over the gun. I basically just took a screenshot and edited the screenshot, so you will see a little bit of background noise there. But I felt like it was good enough and high quality enough to show in the slide. There is one bar that I manually added, and you'll see it right below the damage meter. And basically what I did was I edited a bar and put tick marks in there. Each tick mark is 25 value. First one being 25 points, second is 50, third is 75, and all the way at the end is 100. All these bars represent 100 points of value in, XYZ category. First up, we have the Desert Eagle. Its damage is 45. It has the highest range, but also has the lowest rate of fire. So the Desert Eagle is going to be your most powerful pistol, I should say. Next up, we have the USP 45. Its damage value is 30, and it shares the same range and stability as the Glock. However, it has a slightly lower rate of fire. And that rate of fire is it's not that significant. It's only by a couple points, but it is lower. And then finally, we have the Glock 17. Its damage is 25 points. Again, shares the same range and stability as the Glock, but it has a higher rate of fire. So out of all three of these, the Desert Eagle is the most powerful. The Glock 17 is the least powerful, but it also has the highest rate of fire. The Desert Eagle takes special ammo. It doesn't take 45 and 9s. It has its own Desert Eagle ammo right there. The USP 45 takes 45 caliber rounds, and the Glock 17 takes 9mm. In this game, they've managed to put all the ammo with the guns when you find them. So very, very, very rarely you're going to find a gun without ammo or an ammo without gun. I'm pretty sure never. It's never going to be the case. And if you do, that means someone picked up the ammo. So there's going to be an enemy in your area. There's only two attachments for pistols. You're going to have an extended mag and you're going to have a silencer. The extended mag increases the carrying capacity based on the gun that you're using, so it doesn't increase the same amount on the Desert Eagle as it does the Glock 17, for example. And the silencer will fit on all three weapons, but it has no known recoil benefits. So as we see here, reduces weapon noise to conceal locations. In another video, we're going to go over how that influences like how far someone can hear you. Right now, I don't have an exact known distance for that, but it does significantly reduce the noise when you put a silencer on any of the guns. So it's not useless. But unlike other video games, there is no known recoil benefit. So don't assume that it's reducing your horizontal recoil, for example. It's not. Hopefully they make some changes to that. That'd be nice to maybe have it include a little bit of a horizontal recoil reduction, but until then, just we're going to have to go with the fact that it's not doing anything of the sort. All right, and our final slide is going to be shotguns. There's 3 shotguns in the game. We have the Origin 12, the Citoria, and the Remington 870. All the shotguns share the same damage, which is 100 points of damage. They all have the same range. The main differences here are the stability and the rate of fire. The reason why there's a different rate of fire is because each of these shotguns have different ways to reload. So, for example, the Origin 12 is an automatic shotgun. You reload a clip in there, and blast away. The Citoria is a double barrel shotgun, so you can shoot 2 back to back. And the Remington 870 is a pump, so after you shoot one shot, you have to pump the gun, and then you'll be able to shoot another one. That's why it has the slowest rate of fire. The Citoria has the highest rate of fire because you can shoot 2 barrels back to back. but then you're going to have to reload. So it's only 2 shots at a time, but technically it's the highest rate of fire. And the Origin is a single barrel, so you're only shooting one slug at a time. But because it's automatic, it's a pretty high rate of fire. The other main differences without attachments are going to be your stability. The stability of the Origin is 85, Satoria is 77, and Remington 87 is a 76. They're all pretty close in stability, but the Origin has the highest stability. So, what it's basically saying for stability is you shoot the gun, and then there's a lot of sway, there's a lot of recoil. Um, the less stability, the harder, in theory, the harder it is going to be to put your crosshair back on the target to shoot this round too. I don't think it's really that hard. Shotguns are again close range weapon anyway, and it's an early game weapon. You're not really going to use shotguns in the late game. The only time you use shotgun in the late game is if the circle lands on a city and you now have to do like building to building clears. Then you should I would recommend picking up a shotgun if you didn't keep one for the whole game. The favorite shotgun of the community that I've noticed is Remington 870, and when I say notice, that just means the shotgun that I'm killed with the most is the Remington 870, and that could just mean like it's the most common. I don't think it's the most common. It's very common though. But everybody loves a pump shotgun. All right, going over the attachments here, we have a vert grip, triangle, foregrip, and the choke. So the Origin 12 is the only weapon here that can hold all three of those attachments. You can put the choke on it, and then you have to choose between the vert grip and the triangle grip. The double barrel and the pump shotgun can only have the choke on it. So the choke here is reduce the bullet spread. So I did say slug earlier. These are all pellets. Even the Origin 12 is a pellet, and it's going to reduce that spread. Putting the choke on the Satoria and having the double barrel action there is very, very useful because both of your shots are going to be pretty close together, and you're going to get an instant kill. Even with level 2 vests, you're going to be able to kill them instantly. When it comes to the foregrips, we have the vertical grip and the triangle grip. These grips are the same grips that you put on submachine guns, ARs, and certain sniper rifles. So they can also get put on the Origin 12. The vertical grip slightly reduces vertical recoil. Triangle slightly reduces horizontal recoil. In general, the theory is that triangle grips are for spraying and vertical grips are for one-tapping. We're going to have to do more testing for this specific game and their specific mechanics, but that should still hold true. So whenever I get an Origin 12, I'll try and put a vert grip on there because it's still single shot. You're not spraying anything, and it does help. Unfortunately, I don't have numbers for how much it reduces the recoil. We're going to do a separate video on recoil patterns for the various guns, and that's going to be super fun. Super fun. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Part 2 is going to cover ARs and snipers, probably the funnest weapons for me and the most utilized weapons in the game. We're also going to show scopes in that video too. Recently, they made a change in scopes, so we're going to go over that change. We're going to do before and after changes. Then after that, we're going to get into some recoil pattern videos and such. So hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, thanks for watching. You can check me out at twitch.tv/MacDabber. Hit subscribe on that YouTube video, and I'll see you in the game. Later.